Hello everybody and welcome to this replay. Uh, in the order in which these games were played, I'm not sure if this is a game 2 or 3, but in the order that I will cast them, this was going to be game number 2. Anyway, I finally managed to get the cover for the timer. I made it myself using paint. Yeah, that was a challenging thing to do. And then I realized that I need to render a video again, cause I need to put that image in, and that takes an extra hour or so. But I've put an order for a new graphics card, and hopefully it's going to accelerate the process. But I wanted to ask if anybody has any ideas. How can I put something here? How can I put something here whilst I'm actually recording the video? Please let me know, because you're gonna save me a lot of time and I'll be able to cast more replays. Anyway, this, as I said, this is game 2, Elegant versus Yumiko. Yumiko doing some early scouting, gone in the completely wrong direction, circling, and he's gonna find where Elegant is. This map is pretty good because wherever you spawn on it, you will basically be on the same distance from your opponent. So you see, the distance is the same no matter how you spawn. Whichever spawn positions you take, you're always on the same distance. Quite a good map because you can, even if you don't know where your opponent is, you can do your early rush strategies and then just figure out where he is basically by the time you attack, but the distance plays no part in that.
A player's forces
Footman
are under
coming
attack.
in as well. Tavern hero? No way. Right? No. No hero scheduled. Footman at the tavern. What's gonna be going on here? I don't. Ah, yeah, he has a hero. He has an archmage. God, I'm blind. I really am blind. Militia, footman, creeping out this green creep camp. Peasant, that scouting peasant has went all around the map, traveled around the world, and back to home. I wish I could mark him somehow to see if he will survive till the end of the game. Nope. Yumiko now cleaning up this expansion. I'm giving it a 90% chance that he's gonna just pop an expansion here. And this is a very favorable map, especially for human players. They have so many expansion opportunities all around the map. I mean, it is ridiculous. And of course, if you're Moon and just keep popping trees of life around the map. Skeletons coming in. That means that we have a Dark Ranger down here. We have Dark Ranger, so bit of fast-paced creeping. But that Dark Ranger is level 1. Those skeletons are gonna go a very long way, but he needs to maintain a certain pace while he's creeping, else this is not gonna work. And he's sending his skeletons to scout when he really needs them creeping, but not in this particular creep camp because he has this Ancient of War. However, he should be careful because Yumiko is right on his back. And this Ancient of War is in danger of actually going down now if he loses this fight. Shadow Priest, immediately getting popped, and that's no more dispels for those water elementals. He does have mana for one more. Gonna have mana soon for yet another one. He does have the chance to stay and fight, but he opts not to do so. Rather, instead, he chooses to retreat. Yep, this is an arcane tower, probably because of those skeletons, and more will surely come into place. Town Hall coming into game as well. And now Yumiko is on the offensive. This is much different from game 1. That quick and surprising end to game 1. I mean, yeah, that was kind of the last thing I expected to see, but never mind. Now Yumiko will, but he's not actually succeeding in doing anything. I mean, he's doing some damage, but I would say that that's practically insignificant damage. I think he's better off creeping himself. He wants to make sure, I'm guessing, that Elegant doesn't try to do any harassment. He wants to be able to prevent it early on so that this expansion would have time to kick in and for him to build up his tech, to use it. Yep, lumber mill coming in. We're gonna see some scout towers coming into place. Not scout towers, sorry, the arrow towers. Like my memory, it is the best memory on the planet. I'm one of those people. If you tell me a joke today, and if I laugh at it, you can tell it to me like for the rest of my life, every day, and I'm gonna laugh every single time. Yeah, it can be kind of painful, especially when you keep forgetting important things. But yeah, just get used to it. Good thing they have cell phones these days to remind you of stuff. Now, Elegant is trying to clean this creep camp as well, the gold mine. I wonder, is he planning an expansion? Yes, he is! He's going to place an expansion there, and that is going to put Yumiko in a very difficult spot, because he's going to be on par in terms of expansions. And that is not something you want to do as a human player, especially when Night Elf player is ahead in terms of tech. Well, yeah, he is ahead. A lot. By a lot. Another arcane tower coming into place. I wonder, is he going to start placing some stronger towers here to actually do some real DPS other than feedback? But for the moment, he just seems to be worried about the skeletons that are coming into place.
A player's forces are under attack.
Elegant did some very nice creeping. The second hero is Panda. Level 1 should move that Dark Ranger away. It has no reason to be here. Panda can absorb that damage, but no. He opts for more DPS. He knows that Yumiko is nearby, and there is a good chance that he's gonna just drop on him. That is exactly what we see here, but Elegant is suffering no losses while Yumiko is losing water elementals. That footman down pretty low, half health. Taking down a skeleton here, but that's not gonna cut it. He needs something more than a skeleton. Perhaps this Troll Shadow Priest is a good target. That's what he's doing, but he seems to be failing. Militia now taking a portion of this creep camp, and that's gonna bring it to level 3. Which means stronger water elementals, and these footmen now have defend. That's gonna go a long way against those archers, especially if you have that bounce damage. That bounce is so painful when you have poison or something of a kind. You basically poison your own units and they start taking damage over time. That is just not good. Bandit taking some serious damage too. He was just down below 200 health. That's Dark Ranger in danger of being surrounded, and gets surrounded. Now has to use a TP. And this expansion still didn't kick into place. He doesn't have that much gold, but he doesn't have that much. Yeah, he does actually. Dryads coming into place. Those Dryads are not going to do much against Defend Footmen, but the Defend Footmen are also not that much of a threat for the Dryads either. He needs something else. Yep, the Blacksmith is coming into play. What do we have here? Two Arcane Sanctums. I wonder why is he building Arcane Sanctums versus Dryads? That just doesn't seem to make sense. Well, not just versus Dryads, but versus a Night Elf in general. And we have a problem laboratory that is being crept out. The creep camp is being crept out, that is. Ancient Horde took a lot of beating, but will survive, no problems. All of this damage just piercing on end. And now we have Yumiko trying to delay this expansion. Oh, he will succeed. This is bad news. This expansion has been placed ages ago. I mean ages ago. And it is yet to mine a single gold coin from this mine. No losses there for Yumiko, none that I can see. Perhaps something died here, a footman or something, I'm not sure. Yeah, probably. That Breath of Fire in combination with Drunken Haze does pretty horrible things to your units. And we have 3 rings of protection. +2, +2, and 1, +3. +7 armor, but it's still 40% production of damage. That's gonna make that Panda a nice tanky thing to have in front of your army, especially if your entire army is ranged. You do need something of a kind to absorb the damage up ahead. Yumiko, for the moment, seem to be content in taking down these skeletons. We have a Mountain King in play, but it's only level 1. I'm not sure what he's doing with this Archmage. Maybe you should consider moving him away. He's not in danger of being creep-trapped by Elegant. I might say that I see that, but he doesn't. But no, he's at a favorable creep camp, which is far away from the Nighthold base, and it's very unlikely that Nighthold will creep-track him there. Opts not to do that. In spite of that, Mountain King reaches level 2, but what he wants is level 3 there for that Stormbolt. We shall see how that goes on, and will we have a tier 3 tech? Workshop was in place a moment ago. Modar teams coming in. No upgrades on them, but no matter. I mean, it's 52 to 64 siege damage. If you have enough of them, buildings are just gonna melt. Upgrades or no upgrades. Chopper now following these the Night Elf army. Night Elf army is quite small in comparison to what Yumiko has at the moment, but still, Elegant is more than ready to put up a fight, especially because that bandage just reached level 3. Look at all these things. Scroll of Restoration, Replenishment Potion, Potion of Greater Healing. Man, this bandit is not going to go down anytime soon. Elegant now in a bit of trouble. This is not a good fight for him, even with the Dryad spelling. There are Modar teams in the back firing, and those bears are slowed. Not enough to spell, I'm guessing. 30 skies, the Dryad is down in mana, there's just one Dryad, and look at the amount of casters that Yumiko has. There are 3 sorcerers just slowing them down, and there are even spellbreakers stealing stuff. Stealing the roars. They're stealing the roars and rejuvenations as well. Just healing up all the units now. What does he has? He has ivory towers. What does he plan? Oh, we're going to see the 3rd expansion here. My money is in the 3rd expansion. Footman goes down, unfortunate there, but no big deal. He doesn't really need his footman that much at this stage of the game. They're a burden, so to say. But they're still very much usable because of that balance damage, because of the defend. Range units practically do no damage to them when they're in defend position. Talisman, what did he get? Oh, nice! He's going to be able to summon 3 Furbolg bears. I'm just gonna call them bears. I'm not really good at pronouncing this. Yumiko now, Elegant cleaning up the shop, and all the creep camps between Yumiko and Elegant have pretty much been crept out. What remains is mostly creep camps on the right side of the map, and maybe 1 or 2 at the top. Now, mercenary camp, this is gonna get cleaned up pretty fast by Yumiko, no problems there. He has more than he needs to do it. Level 4 on that Archmage, en route to level 5, those level 3 water elementals, if not dispelled, are gonna do some pretty nasty things to Night Elf army, Night Elf units. Mountain King level 3, on his way to level 4. Those Modar teams are cleaning these footmen up. I mean, have you seen how much damage was dealt there? Ridiculous. Now, Dark Ranger trying to do some solo creeping. Yeah, help is on the way, but not sure how wise of an idea this was, especially with the threat of that Stormbolt. The red creep camp will now go to Yumiko. The first red creep camp will... No, not the first one, but one of the red creep camps will go to Yumiko now. What was the item picked? Oh, Wand of the Wind? Or Purport of Fatality? I'm not sure, one of those things, I suppose. Doesn't really matter, you can just see the items on this Mountain King. That Wand of the Wind will be somewhat useful if used properly. But that Purport of Fatality is a major boost to his health. I mean, you get 150 health. That's a lot of extra hits that you can take. And look at the health of that Mountain King. He's over 1,000 on level 3. Archmage doesn't have any items except the Scroll of the Healing. I wonder if he's put 2 Scrolls of the Healing. No, he just has 1. Maybe you should get another one just to split them between heroes. And this expansion is coming into place. You have 4 towers here. Guard tower. It is called a guard tower. Oh man. Yeah, that's a painful thing to learn during a replay, but oh well. Elegant's army now doing a complete transition
is
from
under siege.
Dryads into Bears, but he really needs at least like 4 Dryads in this composition, otherwise these units are gonna get slowed, and I'm not sure if Yumiko actually even has a Thunderclap with
A
this
player's
Mountain King.
forces are under
If he
attack.
does, Thunderclap in combination with Slow and Modar team, these Bears are just gonna disappear basically. Their health, it's gonna turn into a non-existent number. It's gonna go to 0 in no time. But yeah, Yumiko, Elegance, as I said, does have those Dryads, does have actually exactly 4. How many sorceresses are there in the game? Yep, there are 4
Player's
sorceresses.
forces
So
are
for
under
each
attack.
sorceress, a Dryad to dispel her casts. Although Yumiko is much more endurable in terms of mana due to that Brilliance Aura, I'm not sure how long will these Dryads hold off, especially because he's using their mana now. I mean, look, they're already low, 70, 100, 170, 190, okay, this one's not. But he should save mana on these Dryads. Doesn't need to use them that much on the creeps. What do we have? Anti-magic potion, spiked collar, yeah. That mana burn can be useful in certain situations, but yeah, unlikely that it's gonna be useful here. Maybe, I just don't see it. Maybe that Mountain King to prevent the Stormbolt, but look, Yumiko Elegance is going to lose this expansion. This is just disgusting to watch. And what is Yumiko going to do? He's just gonna TP out, practically take little or no losses. This tank, the padding and the timing on it's pretty bad. But there are tanks now in Elegant space. And I gotta tell you, these tanks might seem insignificant now, but they are annoying beyond understanding. They slowly chip away your base, and you basically lose the forefront of your base, then you lose your production buildings in the back, and before you know it, you have your main that is exposed to sniping, which is... I mean, yeah, after every battle you lose the ability to recuperate. And now this attempt at an expansion has went down. Elegant on his way to do some equalization, so to say, but I just don't see it happening. Oh, I thought it was a fake DP, but no. It doesn't have a staff of teleportation to do that. 4 towers here and the whole army. This is a very favorable position for Yumiko to fight in. I mean, especially when you have siege, choke points are your best friends. In general, for human, choke points are your friends, but with siege, basically you win an army that is 3 times stronger than you just because of your positioning and just because those Modar teams are shelling those rounds, dishing those rounds out on. And now Elegant, once again, he's on the offensive. He's trying to make it happen. He's trying to damage one of his expansions, but all he seems to be doing was inflicting damage on these towers, and that is about it. Yumiko engaging, retreating. He wants to lure him more into the range of these towers, and Mountain King does have a Thunderclap. I've seen those bears slowed by it. Mountain King level 4, which means Thunderclap level 2. Oh, that scroll of restoration used, but I'm afraid it's just not going to be enough to break this. There's just too much. There's 1 Dryad to dispel, and it's practically out of mana. This is not a favorable engagement at all. And he's cornered here now. He's gonna have to TP. Yup, there is a TP coming. Although he does have level 5 Dark Ranger going into his favor. I wonder what level is Panda. Panda is also level 5. So those siege engines will take a beating, but yeah, only when Panda is nearby. Otherwise, they're just doing tons and tons of damage to your main. Look, he lost one agent to floor, lost a Moonwell, 1 Moonwell being repaired. I think he rebuilt one as well. Elegant trying to expand once again. But these siege engines now don't have much luck. They just took down 1 Moonwell, if in an extreme forward position. Not gonna do any significant, that's not a game changer or anything significant there, but this is an expansion once again cancelled. This is the second time an expansion has been cancelled and one has been taken down, but Elegant doing a mimic of Moon right now and just popping trees of life all over the map. One of them has to work out. However, Yumiko's army is now extremely powerful. He is good on supply. He's ready to engage Elegant. I don't think that Elegant has what it takes to beat him in an outright fight, but Yumiko decides not to take any chances. He's up on expansion. He has no reason to take this engagement. He has no reason to engage him here in open field and risk defeat, even though he seems to have a stronger army. Again, Elegant just popping those expansions. Well, it seems like this one could go up, and for the moment this one is protected, but they're very open to sniping. Yumiko just doesn't care. He does exactly the same thing, powers up, and is preparing for the 4th expansion. This is human on 3 running bases. I mean, and this is not just any human. I mean, sure, these 2 gold mines are low, but he has been on 3 running bases for quite a while. This is, as I said, this is not just any human. This is Yumiko playing, and you do not want to see him running on 3 bases. That is just, you're not going to be able to do much there. But let us not underestimate Elegant. One of the best players out there. If anybody can turn the scenario around, it is him. Dark Ranger, yeah, if there was a Paladin and a Blood Mage, this Dark Ranger would, it would just melt. Like 3, 2, 1, it would melt. Every cooldown, Dark Ranger would be gone. But there's only the Mountain King here, and this Dark Ranger even has an anti-magic potion. Panda now using it, don't know why though. He used it pretty early on. Yeah, I don't think that you should use it that much, and the rotation is only 15 seconds. Should have waited a bit. Bear's taking a beating. Stroll Berserker could be taken down, but no, Thunderclap takes one bear down. Others taking a damage. Perhaps he should consider retraining to Blizzard, but no. Elegant just gives up and gives the GG. He had that expansion, it would have come up, it came up, and the other one would probably come up as well, but he didn't have really a way to deal with Yumiko. You should never allow Yumiko to be on 3 bases. I mean, that is just impossible to defeat, but I was kind of secretly hoping that he would turn this game around somehow. Unfortunately, no. Just take an overview of the scores. I bid you farewell, till next time, subscribe, like, comment, etc.